Good evening, everyone. In the previous session of Human Resource Management, I explained a case study, which was the last topic of Unit 2. In today's session, I am going to start the Unit 3 of HRM. So first of all, I will explain briefly all the topics that you have in Unit 3. And then I am going to explain about performance appraisal. What does it mean? What are the various definitions of performance appraisal? Then the features and the need. Okay. Now let's begin the session. So first of all, the first topic that you have in Unit 3 is performance appraisal. It simply means evaluation of the performance of the employees so that various other decisions can be taken regarding those performance appraisal reports. And there are various types of methods are there which can be used to rate the performance of the employees. Okay. So in this topic, first of all, I am going to explain why do organization need performance appraisal. What are the various types of methods, modern and traditional methods? There are two categories of methods of performance appraisal. And then developing and administering appraisal program. Means how appraisal programs are created and developed and how they are managed by the organization. The next topic that you have is wage and salary administration. Means how compensation is fixed for the employees. What are the various types of wage structure? What is salary administration? These are the things that you are going to study under wage and salary administration. Then you have various incentive schemes. So incentive schemes are something extra provided to the employees for their performance based on their job description and all. So there are various types of incentive schemes which can be used by the organization to provide incentives to the employees and workers. And the last one is job evaluation. Job evaluation means finding out the worth of each and every job that an organization has. Worth means in terms of money. So what should be the money worth of a job is found out in job evaluation, and there is a process of using job evaluation, and there are various methods for evaluating the job. So these are the topics that you all are going to study in Unit 3. So like I said, today I'm going to explain about performance appraisal. So let's begin. So first of all, why organization require performance appraisal? See, a person who has applied for a job in an organization, first of all, the person has to apply, and then the person will go through various steps like recruitment, selection. In selection, there are various types of interviews, types of tests, and the person has to pass all those things so that the person can prove himself or herself eligible for the particular job. And then the person goes through different types of training programs so that the person can understand various aspects of the job on which the person is appointed, how to properly execute the job, how to do the different types of tasks under a job. So these are the various things which are provided from the organization so that the employee so that they can find suitable candidate for the job, and those candidates can perform efficiently their jobs. And performance appraisal is also very necessary because as the company has already spent a lot of time, money and energy on employees, they need to find out whether the employees are performing good or not. Means whether the performance is actually contributing towards the organization, contributing towards the achievement of the goals of the organization or not. And in order to find out, performance appraisal is conducted. It simply means that evaluation it refers to all the types of procedure which are used to evaluate the personality, the performance and the potential of the employees in the organization. So performance appraisal is used to evaluate the overall performance of an employee, the performance which the person shows while doing his or her job. Means how well the person has performed his job or her job, whether all the tasks given to him or her, they have done it properly or not. That is the job related performance. At the same time, the behavior and personality needs to be also evaluated so that we can find out whether the person is suitable for future higher positions or not. Because when a person moves to a higher position, potential, caliber, capacity, capability, all these things are necessary. But at the same time, behavior, how the person represents himself or herself, how the person handles different types of situation, these are the things which are also necessary from the organizational point of view. Because when you're moving to a higher position, you need to be very practical, you need to control many of your behaviors, like you have to communicate properly, you have to behave with superior and subordinates with a proper kind of behavior. And for that reason, the personality of the employees are also evaluated. And then the potential means what means to what extent we see the employee within the organization. Because whether if a person is doing extremely well in his or her job, the person may be also suitable for future higher position. The person may have the capability of doing something more, or providing something more, contributing something more towards the organization. So performance appraisal helps to find out these various aspects of an employee, so that the organization can decide whether the person deserves to stay in the same position, or whether the person needs to be promoted, or whether the person requires some kind of extra training so that he or she can do his or her job properly and efficiently. So there are various types of decisions dependent upon the performance appraisal report. So we can also say that it is a systematic process of measuring qualitatively and quantitatively an employee's past or present performance against his or her expected role performance. Means each and every person who is appointed within an organization, that person is appointed on a job. So that person has a particular role to play within the organization. That is called role performance. What kind of performance is expected by the organization from the employee? So the the person's performance, actual performance, is going to be measured in both qualitative and quantitative term by comparing it with the role performance for which the person is actually appointed. At the same time, the person's performance can also be compared with the working condition and all, that how well the person is adjusting with the working condition of the organization, or whether the person is not doing well even if all the facilities are provided to him. So there are various aspects of various criteria on which the person's or the employee's performance is measured. And there are also various methods which are used for performance appraisal. So it is a systematic step-by-step process. So we can say that in performance appraisal, they first have to create a standard performance. They have to set a standard performance level, and then compare the actual performance with the standard performance, find out the deviation, if there is any deviation, and then find out the reason behind those deviation, and then take corrective measures, either provide extra training or provide something else, or try to guide the person in the right direction. So there are various other things. So performance appraisal simply means evaluating the present and past performance of an employee, so that the person's capability, person's potential, each and every element related to the employee can be found out, so that future decisions regarding the performance regarding the employee can be taken by the organization. Okay. Now I will explain you some of the important definitions of performance appraisal given by various authors. So the first definition is given by Edward Flippo. So according to Edward Flippo, performance appraisal is the systematic, periodic and an impartial rating of employees' excellence. So here he says that it is a very systematic, means that we have to create a proper procedure for performance appraisal. We have to do it on a regular basis within a particular time, once in a year or twice in a year. We cannot say that once we have appraised the performance of an employee, it's over, and again we do not even need to do any more performance appraisal. So that is completely a wrong concept. Performance appraisal needed to be conducted once or twice in a year in a continuous process, so that we can find out whether the performance of every employee has been enhanced or not, whether the person is at the same level or whether the person's performance is below than the previous performance or previous appraisal report. So it is a very systematic process. Proper arrangement has to be done, proper program needs to be created, step by step program needs to be created. It has to be conducted on a continuous basis, and it is an impartial rating, because performance appraisal is basically conducted by the people who are actually appraising the performance are those people who are the seniors or superiors of the employees. That is one way of providing rating to the employees, because as the senior, the person will have complete knowledge about the person's behavior, person's attitude, behavior or attitude towards a challenge or something, how well the person is doing his or her job, to what extent the person has proper behavior towards his or her subordinates. The superior has proper connection and interaction with the subordinates. So they are the, we can say the most, or we can say the first choice for providing rating to the employee's performance. So here he has also mentioned that it is an impartial rating system in order to find out employees' excellence in matters pertaining to his present job and his potentialities for better job. Means finding out the present performance of the employee, and then also finding out the potentials for future higher position for better jobs with more challenges, with more complications, and with more duties and all responsibility. So performance appraisal, according to Edward Flippo, is a systematic, periodic, impartial rating system in order to find out an employee's excellence, excellence in his or her job, as well as finding out the potentials of the employee, so that the person can be provided or can be selected for a future higher position. So this is the definition given by Edward Flippo. The second one is given by Dale S. Beach. So according to him, performance appraisal is the systematic evaluation of individual with respect to his or her performance on the job and his or her potential for development. So here Dale S. Beach has also given the same kind of definition like Edward Flippo, that it is a systematic evaluation process where individuals' performance is evaluated, just performance based on a particular job, as well as finding out the different types of potentialities which can help the person to develop his or her performance. So here Dale S. Beach said that performance appraisal is not only used to find out the level of performance of the employee, but it is also used to find out the potential for development. Means to what extent a person has potential for growth and development. So this is the definition given by Dale S. Beach. Another definition given by Dale Yoder. So according to Dale Yoder, performance appraisal includes all formal procedures used to evaluate personalities, contributions, and potentials of the group members in a working organization. It is a continuous process to secure information necessary for making correct and objective decisions on employee. So here Dale Yoder has given some extra points in his definition. So according to him, performance appraisal includes all the formal procedures which are used to evaluate same things, the personality, performance, potential. And here he has used the word contribution. Contribution, like I said, an employee's contribution towards the achievement of organizational goals. Means to what extent an employee contributes towards the success of the organization. That is also evaluated. Now here he has mentioned that it is used to evaluate potentials of group members in a working organization. Means individual performance appraisal is necessary, but as well as performance appraisal as a group. Means to what extent a person is working as a group member, how well he's working as a group member, because organization is a huge group. So each and every employee has to work as a part of a group, as a group member. So his or her performance needed to be evaluated as a group member also. So that is a new point added by Dale Yoder. And he has also mentioned that it is a continuous process which helps in finding out necessary information so that correct and objective decisions can be made regarding the employees. Decisions, like I said, decisions related to future training and development, decision related to the promotion of the employees, demotions of the employees, and even retrenchment of the employees. So these performance appraisal reports will provide proper information so that the management, the organization can take right information regarding an employee's future within the organization. Okay, so this is the definition given by Daily Order. So this is the basic introduction, like meaning and definition. Now I am going to explain the features of performance appraisal. So here are the 6 features of performance appraisal: systematic process, description of an employee, continuous process, collection of information, human oriented, and formal and informal. Okay, so systematic process, like it's already mentioned in the definitions, that it is a systematic process, step by step process. A proper program needs to be created, a proper process needs to be created so that performance appraisal can be conducted properly and right kind of information can be obtained. So in order to properly evaluate the performance of each and every employee working within an organization, a proper process needs to be created, systematic process, like I said. A standard performance level need to be set, then the actual performance of all the employees needed to be recorded, and then comparison of the standard level performance and the actual performance, then finding out the deviations, then finding out the reasons of the deviations, whether the deviations are positive or negative, and then taking corrective measures. So this kind of process can also be used in performance appraisal. Okay, the second one is description of an employee. So a performance appraisal report represents or describes an employee regarding his or her performance, how many tasks the person has done properly, behavior, and also it explains about the strengths and weaknesses of an employee. What are the areas in which the employee is very strong? What are the areas in which the employee has weaknesses? And with this report, they can find out different types of training program which will help the employees to convert their weaknesses into their strengths. So it describes an employee in terms of their performance, in terms of their personality, in terms of their behavior, and in also in terms of their potential. Okay. The next one is continuous process. Like each and every process, whether it is training or any other process, it is also a continuous process, because we have to continuously with a particular time gap appraise the performance of the employee so that we can find out how the performance is enhanced, means to what extent the performance of an employee is enhanced, or whether the person is doing better, or whether the person's performance is getting degraded or something. So it is a continuous process. Within a, means after a particular time period, it has to be conducted on a regular basis, like I said, once in a year or twice in a year. So that depends upon the organization, what is the time period they select for appraising the performance of the employees. Okay, the next one is collection of information. Like I said, it collects detailed information regarding an employee's performance on his or her job so that future decision related to the employees, or we can say decision related to the employee's future within the organization, can be properly taken. So it collects all the information in terms of potential information regarding the behavior, regarding attitude of the person, how well the person accepts challenge, how well the person accepts or follows order, each and every aspect of a job, and how the person has performed in each and every aspect of the job. Information regarding those elements are collected. The next point says that it is human oriented. So why it is human oriented? So first of all, performance appraisal is conducted to evaluate the performance of the employees, and the people who are conducting performance appraisal, or we can say who are providing ratings to the performance, They are also the seniors or juniors. So human beings are involved in each and every aspect of the performance appraisal, whether they become an appraisee or become an appraiser. So here they can use modern methods, but this entire process depends upon human beings. This entire process depends upon the employees of the organization, whether they are seniors, whether they are juniors, or whether they are working in the middle level of the organization. So it is entirely human oriented, done for the employees and conducted by the employees also. Okay. And the last feature of performance appraisal, that formal and informal. So performance appraisal can also be formal as well as informal. Formal means, like I said, a systematic procedure needs to be created, a step-by-step process will be created. So that is the formal performance appraisal. Informal means a senior providing a regular feedback to the employee or giving some kind of opinion. So informal performance appraisal also takes place on a regular basis, and it may not be recorded also, but formal performance appraisal is properly recorded, proper rating is given. So like I said, there are various methods of performance appraisal, so it can either be formal and informal. Okay, so these are the features of performance appraisal. The next topic is need for performance appraisal, means why organization require performance appraisal. So every organization requires performance appraisal. They need performance appraisal not only from organizational point of view, but also it requires performance appraisal to motivate the employees, so that the employees can understand to what extent they are contributing towards the success of the organization. The employees, they are needed to be aware about their contribution, what role they play in the organization success. So these information can only be provided if a company has performance appraisal or conducts performance appraisal from time to time. So that's why it is extremely necessary. Now, like I said, the performance appraisal helps in taking various important decisions related to the employees. So that is also another reason for conducting performance appraisal. The future of the employees within an organization largely depends upon the reports of the performance appraisal. That is, after evaluating the performance, those reports provide necessary information to the management so that they can take important decisions regarding the employees. And from these various reasons, performance appraisal is required in each and every organization to have a good working culture within an organization where employees and employers, they share a good relationship. It also helps in improving, or we can say it helps in building better industrial relation also, because it increases mutual trust between the management and the employees. Okay, so now I am going to explain all the reasons because of which every organization requires performance appraisal. The first one is establishing compensation guidelines. So every employee is paid for providing service to the organization, and each and every job is evaluated properly so that the worth of the job can be properly determined and the person appointed on the job can be paid according to it. But what if a person's performance is exceptionally good, doing extremely well in his or her job? Those people also deserve something extra, whether it is in term of some kinds of rewards or some kind of benefits, or we can say any monetary, non-monetary reward, anything. So in order to find out what extra a person deserves, or whether the person deserves a raise, or whether they need to increase the salary of the employee. For that reason, performance appraisal is necessary, because the only way of finding out an employee's exact performance, level of performance, is with the help of performance appraisal. So with the help of performance appraisal, all the information regarding the level of performance of the employees are collected, on basis of which the person may have some kind of raise in his or her salary, or the person can also get some kind of extra benefits or incentives. So it helps in establishing compensation guidelines for the organization. So that is the one reason for which every organization requires to have performance appraisal. The next one is tracks strengths and weaknesses. Like I said, every employee has some kind of strength, and many employees also have some kind of weaknesses. And sometimes even people are even not aware about their strengths and weaknesses. So with proper performance appraisal, proper methods of performance appraisal, the strengths and weaknesses of each and every employee can be easily found out, and it can be also communicated to the employees so that they can understand in which area they are very strong and what are the areas of their weaknesses, so that they will work on their weaknesses. They can try to get rid of their weaknesses, or they can convert their weaknesses into strength. So it tracks the or keeps the record of all the strengths and weaknesses of the employees, so that it can help them. These kind of information can help the employees to develop themselves. It helps them to grow also. Okay. The next one is identifying candidates for promotion. In an organization, there are always some kind of opportunities for promotion, increase in salary, going to a higher position, from middle level to top level. So there are many opportunities within the organization. An organization always prefer to find employees within the organization for higher positions. And performance appraisal provides detailed report of all the employees' performance. So the company can easily find out the right person for the right job within the organization with the help of the performance appraisal report. So with that help of performance appraisal report, they can easily identify those employees who have potential, who have the capability, who have the attitude and personality for promotion for higher level jobs. So it also helps in identifying candidates for promotion. And because of this reason, performance appraisal is necessary in every organization. The next one is it offers feedback. So feedback is extremely necessary for every organization, because if the employees are not aware about their performance, how well they are performing, what kind of mistakes they are making, what kind of performance is actually appreciated by the organization, these kinds of feedbacks needed to be properly communicated to all the employees. And performance appraisal provides a detailed report regarding each and every aspect of an employee in terms of performance, in terms of personality, and in terms of the potential. So all the details are recorded and then provided to the employees so that they can understand their level of performance. They can understand what extra they are supposed to do in order to enhance their performance, or what kind of development program and training program are necessary for them so that they can make their performance even better. So it offers provide proper feedback to the employees so that they can understand the level of their performance and then try to enhance their performance. Okay. The next one is introducing training program. So whenever a training program is created, it is entirely based on the present potential and capabilities of the employees. So after understanding the present potential and capability, then only a program will be created so that that potential and capability can be enhanced. What extra they need to know, what extra knowledge they require, what extra skill they require. So for a training program, proper feedback regarding the performance of the employees is extremely essential. And these informations are provided by performance appraisal programs or the reports. So they provide necessary information, the present level of employees in terms of their performance, and on that basis, proper training program is created. They are introducing different kinds of skills, different types of knowledge, what extra knowledge they need to have in order to do the in order to perform their job. So these are the things which provide necessary information for creation of a proper and effective training program. So performance appraisal also helps in creation of different types of training and development program. Okay. The next one is provides information for counseling. So counseling is also provided in the organization so that the employees can get rid of the level of the stress. They can discuss about various problems they are facing within the organization. So with the reports of the performance appraisal, they can find out in which areas those employees are not doing well, whether they are not having good relation with the superior or subordinate. On basis of those information, proper counseling can be provided so that the employees can get rid of all their problems. They can completely focus on their job. So it also provides necessary information for counseling, for understanding the mental state of an employee and understanding what kind of problems or what kind of difficulties the person is facing, because of which he is not able to perform according to his or her capability, actual capability. So it provides help for different means it helps employees in various ways so that the performance of the employees can be enhanced. And counseling is also one of the important ways to enhance the employees' performance, to motivate them, to give them proper direction. Okay. And the next point is prevents grievances. So when we are aware about our performance, we can understand that in which area we are weak. We can also understand what are the difficult situations in the organization due to which we are not able to perform, whether it is related to working condition, whether it is related to other employees. And it also controls indisciplinary actions, because if some employees misbehave with someone, disrespect the senior or subordinate, do not follow the rules and regulations of the organization, these things will also be revealed in the performance appraisal report. So it checks the behavior of the employees and also reduces the grievances. Okay. And the next one is improvement in performance. Like I said, when the employees get the feedback of their performance, they understand in which area they are not doing well and they try to focus on that area so that their performance can be enhanced. So when constructive feedback is provided to the employees, they understand their problems, they understand their mistakes. Instead of blaming others for their mistakes, they understand in what way they have done something wrong, or which does not help them in the performance, whether it is their attitude or behavior. So these things, these information, these feedback helps the employees to improve their performance. Okay. The next one is it provides motivation, or it motivates the employees, because when we are aware about our performance, when we do something wrong, we get information regarding it. And when we do something good, when our performance is up to the mark, it is matching with the standard level of the performance, then we are also, as employees, we are also appreciated for our performance, and that motivates the employees. So when an employee performs extremely well, they are rewarded, they are appreciated, and these things helps the employees to become more and more motivated. They become more dedicated towards the job. They contribute more to the organization. And the next one is helps in HRP and career planning. So after understanding the level of performance the existing employees are giving to the organization, they can plan for requirement of human resource. Means according to, first of all, they need to understand the present level of all the employees for which performance appraisal is conducted. And on that basis, they need to understand what kind of employees they are required, means what kind of employees are required by the organization, whether the company has that kind of employees within the organization, or they need to find out that kind of employees from outside the organization. So it actually helps the organization, the management, to understand what extra number of people are required in the organization and what qualities they must have. So it also contributes in HRP, and it also helps in career planning, because when the management understands the level of performance, the attitude, personality, potential of an employee, they can easily plan the career of an employee, what different types of job those employees are supposed to do. They can guide the employees, they can create a career path for the employees so that the employee can achieve success within the organization. The next one is improves working relationship. So when performance appraisal is regularly conducted by the superior or subordinate or the peers, every employee tries to build a healthy working relationship with all the people with whom he or she is working, whether they are superiors, whether they are subordinates, whether they are peers. So that is very important within an organization. It helps in improving the working relationship of the employees. They try to properly communicate with each other, they behave properly with each other, they respect each other, so that improves the working relationship. The next one is improvement in working environment. So when a working relationship is there, a healthy working relationship is there, the entire environment of the organization will become extremely healthy. People will properly communicate. It will reduce the level of conflict, misunderstanding, and each and every person will support the other person in the organization as a group member and as a team member. So it enhances the working environment, creates a healthy environment, healthy culture within the organization where each and every employee works and they also get satisfaction from their job. And the last point is helps in developing confidence. So as an employee, when your performance is being appreciated, or even if your mistakes are properly communicated to you, get proper feedback, you understand what are the things that you're doing wrong and what are the things that you're doing correctly. So your confidence will be enhanced to continue the things that you're doing correctly and focus on those elements which you're doing wrong so that it can become better, so that you can stop doing or stop making any kind of mistakes. So it provides some kind of confidence within the employees after getting proper feedback of their performance. Okay, so these are the various reasons due to which every organization require performance appraisal. So that's it for today. In the next session, I am going to explain the methods of performance appraisal, which is the most important topic of performance appraisal. Okay, so thank you for today. We will meet in the next session. Okay.